Okay, I am not going to lie to you. When I am under the weather, I like to buy books to make myself feel better. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I am Andrew, and today guys, we are here for the October book haul. But before we get into that, please do me a favor, like this video, and subscribe to the channel as it does help the channel grow. You can check the links down below for links to my Patreon, my Discord. I'll have my Patron Ambassador discount code there for $5 off your first purchase in the description box as well if you want to check that out. That helps me fuel these book hauls and gives you a little bit of a discount, and I get a small kickback from Pango. And yeah, all that is there for you to explore. And with that out of the way, I have a stack of books to talk about. In fact, did I grab them all? I just want to make sure I have them all before I start flapping these gums. Shapa! Yes, I think I do. So without any further mucking about, we're going to talk about the digital purchase that comes immediately to mind. And I bought the audiobook for The Way of a Dan by Philip Chase, narrated by the Library of Alexandria, Alan Walker. I'm very excited to experience this. I've been waiting for this for quite a long time, and I cannot wait to see what Alan has done with The Way of a Dan. So that is very exciting for me, and yeah, I did the sample before I purchased it, and Alan already A+ job. So I can't wait to see Alan narrate more audiobooks. He does a really good job. And then let's see. Any gifts I need to talk about other than the obvious one? Ba-da-ba-da, don't fall over. That would make the wizard sad. Okay, so I only received one gift this month, but I am incredibly grateful for this. It's funny. I have a group of friends, and we like to just goof off on Discord. And at one point, my buddy Patrick was asking somebody else about their baby registry, and I made the joke that their baby registry was in fact my Amazon wish list. And he called me on my joke and graciously sent me Stephen King's You Like It Darker. So thank you so much, Patrick. He's been a longtime friend and supporter of the channel. This is greatly appreciated. I had this pre-ordered on Amazon for the longest time, and then just some financial stuff happened, and I canceled a bunch of pre-orders, and I've been wanting to go ahead and pick this up, and you gifting this to me has just been, I mean, he absolutely made my day, because shortly after this, I got incredibly sick with my pneumonia / bronchitis, whatever it was. Treatment was the same, and so, yeah, this was just a great gift, and I am incredibly grateful for all of Patrick's continued support. It has been amazing. So thank you so much, my friend, and you are hilarious. Because when I got the book, I was like, wait, seriously? I was kidding. And he was like, hey, like, I know you were kidding, but sometimes, like, all you got to do is ask. And I was like, man, I really appreciated this. When this showed up, it was absolutely awesome. And then I've got 2 Broken Binding pre-orders. Of course, I was going to talk about Anthony Ryan, A Tide of Black Steel, and Warlords of Weirdwood by R.J. Barker. I've read pretty much all of R.J. Barker at this point. These have those awesome Broken Binding sprayed edges. And then let's go ahead and show you that really cool board. And I believe this is signed even. Does it have a ribbon? It's got a sewn in ribbon right there. Just a really funky digital edge. I love that. And then, of course, this is also signed and numbered. My number is 683, and there is his signature. I am very excited to dive into this series. I've also got the Broken Binding edition of Gods of Weirdwood, and I really enjoyed the 3 trilogies. 1, 2... How many trilogies of R.J. Barker's have I read? I've read at least 2. I've read Tide Child, and I've read The Assassin, or The Wounded Kingdom. Wounded Kingdom? I don't know. I'm still recovering from being sick, but this is very high on my priority list for next year. and I want to get caught up on this. This just cool covers. Like we've got this kind of tree beard sort of face. Like here, let's get in on there. You can kind of see this face behind the text, and the text is kind of see through. And I don't know. I just love this edition. Very, very cool. Very cool. And then the Anthony Ryan digitally sprayed edge is just absolutely phenomenal. And I will be picking up this entire trilogy as it releases through Broken Binding. This is also signed by the author. And yeah, I am a huge fan of Anthony Ryan. I've read I've read pretty much everything. I'm still working on Covenant of Steel. I'm about a third of the way through the Martyr. It's just so I've heard this is pretty character driven as well, but his character driven fantasy is just so amazing that I want to kind of relish it. And right now I'm in a kind of a frenzied reading mood, so I haven't finished that yet. But this is going to be absolutely stunning when I get to it. I think it's a more Norse inspired fantasy, and I just love this kind of burnt orange sort of axe with these characters in it, and the clouds and the mountains and the birds. I don't know. This cover just speaks to me. I'm very excited to always get more Anthony Ryan in my collection. And then, oh, no, this was also a gift. I lied. I did receive another gift. And this one was from, just to make sure, this was from Christopher Navo, my friend and patron Christopher Navo. This is When Wizards Follow Fools by Andrew Rowe. This is the new Arcane Ascension book. This is number 5. And he sent me on the note, he was like, I saw wizard in the title, a wizard for the wizard. Yeah, wizards in the title and written by someone named Andrew. This book seems like a safe bet. And I've read a lot of Andrew Rowe at this point. I am a big fan of Arcane Ascension, and this was just a wonderful gift from my good friend Chris. Chris is just such an amazing individual. He's got an amazing channel, and I can't thank you enough for this. I knew I had another gift, and this is it. It's a awesome edition, paperback version of Book 5 of Arcane Ascension, and I really enjoyed Book 4. So this will definitely be a priority in 2025 as well. This will 100% be getting read. I think I'm going to do Edge of the Wild next, and then probably move into this one. But yes, I am about, I think this is the 10th or 11th book in the series, or the world that I will have read. I really enjoy reading in this world, so I'm very excited. And then, again, I am currently 45% into Kill the Dead by Richard Kadrey. This is book number 2 in Sandman Slim. Now, unfortunately, I purchased book 1 off of Pango Books, which normally is a pretty good safe bet. But I got an original edition from the US, and those are no longer the default editions. This is from the UK, so this edition, which is now the new standard edition, is like an inch taller than my Sandman Slim. So you already know that I'm going to be buying another edition of Sandman Slim. I've already added it to my Amazon wish list. I enjoyed Sandman Slim, and I read it in 2 days, and this one is probably going to be read in about 3 days. It's very good. It's like an R-rated Dresden. It even says rated R right here on the back. I love these movie poster style covers. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. This one's covering more of the undead in LA. It's very good. We're kind of dealing more with heaven and hell and the angels and the demons, and it's really interesting kind of getting to explore this urban fantasy. I'm having a good time with it. And then John from Talking Story is a big influence on me. Whenever John talks about something, I am probably going to look into it. But I think I had mentioned this series to John, and he was like, oh yeah, I've read all of those. And then I think they were also recommended to me by somebody in the comment section. I even did a short about these of just don't say I don't ever take your recommendations. This is the Repairman Jack novels, and I got a lot of 7 in mass market paperback off of eBay. eBay? Yes. And in no particular order, because I don't actually know the order. Is that just Dusty, or is that the way that looks? That's just the way that looks. I got Infernal. And they're not numbered or anything, so it's not like oh, this is the 9th Repairman Jack novel. Begins with a tragedy. This doesn't say anything Oh, wow, this has got a border sticker on the back. Whew, that's old school. This is Legacies. Hosts. It's good to know I don't have them in order, though, so I'm going to have to find and track down a couple mass market paperbacks. The Haunted Heir, right here. And from what I understand, this is another urban fantasy horror thriller type of deal, where Jack is like a fixer. We've got Harbingers, a Repairman Jack novel. We've got The Tomb. I believe The Tomb is the first one. And here it says, Repairman Jack is one of the most original. That's a quote from Dean Koontz. Much to the chagrin of his girlfriend, Gia, Repairman Jack doesn't deal with appliances. He fixes situations for people. Situations that too often land him in deadly danger. Okay, so yeah, it says right here, his latest fix is finding a stolen necklace, which unknown to him is more than a simple piece of jewelry. Some might even say it's cursed. So there's The Tomb. And then I also got Gateways. And these are all border stickers. No, wait, that's not borders. I don't know. It says, call a plumber when the sink is clogged. The cops when you've been robbed. And the you-know-what hits the fan. It's time... but when the you-know-what hits the fan, it's time to call Repairman Jack. That's what it says here on the back of Gateways. And like I said, I know there's 16 of these. And I'm going to have to find time to fit yet another massive series into my TBR, along with Sandman Slim. All right, and then I received an ARC from a longtime viewer of the channel who has now written his own book, and it's being traditionally published by St. Martin's Press, and it's going on sale January 2025. And let me tell you what, if this had been offered to me earlier this year, I might have said no because it didn't sound like my thing. This is now my thing, so I'm very excited for this, and this is hopefully going to be read. I don't know if I can fit it in before January, but this is going to be read very, very soon. This is Ed Crocker's Lightfall. Yeah, Lightfall. And I'll just read it here on the back while you kind of look at this gorgeous cover. Lightfall, Book 1 of the Everlands by Ed Crocker. A novel of vampires, werewolves, and sorcerers, Lightfall is a stunning debut epic fantasy by Ed Crocker. For fans of J. Kristoff, Empire the Vampire, and Richard Swan's Justice of Kings. For centuries, vampires freely roamed the land until the Greys came out of nowhere, wiping out half the population in a night. The survivors fled to the last vampire city of First Light, where the rules are simple. If you're poor, you drink weak blood, and if you're if you're nobility, you get the good stuff, and you can never, ever leave. And that's just kind of the first half of the blurb. But that sounds awesome. And yeah, if you're going to say it for fans of J. Kristoff's Empire the Vampire, you have my undivided attention. Look at that cover. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm so excited. I was very happy when Ed reached out and offered this ARC to me. Thank you so much. And it is kindly signed and personalized to me as well. And then, let's see. Of course, I have to do at least two, but no, well, technically 3. Oh, Jonathan Mayberry's. Oh, that is a heavy stack of books. Ooh, I have been skipping shoulders. I don't work out. Don't let me lie to you. I haven't worked out in years. I used to. I don't anymore. Anyway, I got 2 new Jonathan Mayberry's. I got Dead of Night, and I got Fall of Night. And these are supposed to be like zombie books. There we go. And it's like a prison doctor injected a condemned serial killer with a formula designed to keep his consciousness awake while his body rots in the grave. But all drugs have unforeseen side effects. Sounds like a start to a zombie story to me. And then Fall of Night is also a zombie novel. Stebbins' little school is full of bodies. It's unthinkable to Desmonia Fox. Children are sobbing as panicked teachers and neighbors beat down their family members. Oh, geez, this sounds brutal. Outside of a school? Oh, it looks like they're trapped in a school and there's a zombie outbreak and things are going to get a little hairy. And then I got this thing off of Pango. And I didn't know that this was going to be the way it is. So this is technically a dual book thing. This is Flesh and Fire by Lucas Mangum, which I wasn't paying attention when I bought this. I have no idea what that is. and then Dark of Night by Jonathan Mayberry and Rachel Lavin. And this is a dual-sided novel. So you've got Dark of Night here, and then you've got to flip the book, and even the text block is flipped. So like it'll go upside down. And then if you flip the book, you've got Flesh and Fire with the USB right there. I'm like I don't like that. I don't like that at all. At first I thought it was like some sort of fake book print or something like that. But no, it's a legit thing. And this is Journal Stone's Double Down series, book number 8. So I'm assuming that has to do with the duality of the novel. But I don't know what Dark of Night is. It looked like a zombie novel. I thought it was part of this being a trilogy, and this is not a trilogy. So I just bought more Jonathan Mayberry because I'm me. And I do stuff like that. And then I was in a Half Price Books on a weekend trip with the wife when our car broke down, and I had more books in my hand, and I ended up, because the car bill was quite expensive, my wife was very kind enough to be like, no, go ahead and buy some books, but maybe put some of them back. Well, these are the 3 that I ended up hauling. We've got Red Rabbit by Alex Grecian. I think I've said that incorrectly, but this is supposed to be a horror Western style novel. Again, I am still building up my horror backlog because it's something that I want to integrate into my monthly reading on a regular basis if I can. And this one has been recommended to me quite a lot. It says, wanted for witchcraft, dead or alive. Saddle up, it's going to be a bloody ride. So it sounds like a bunch of hired guns hunting down some witches or something like that. But I got this on paperback, and I have heard from many people that it is very, very good. They also had Doc Ray Stoker, who is the descendant of Bram Stoker and J.D. Barker. And if you've been following the channel, I have been reading the Four Monkey Killer trilogy by J.D. Barker and having a fantastic time with it. This is Dracul, which is supposed to be a prequel to Dracula. So it's a prequel to Dracula written by Bram Stoker's descendant, along with an author that I really, really enjoy. So that is there. And I am very, very excited to check this out, just because J.D. Barker's involved. And that, for me, is a huge win. I also picked this up. And I don't know if I heard this from, like, Mike, from Mike's Book Reviews some time ago. The name is familiar. Ramsey Campbell's Midnight Sun. And they had this on the shelf in their signed section. And let me just see if I can't find the signature and show that to you. It was like, I think it was only like $30. And it said something about like him being a UK style of like Stephen King. Yeah, there we go. Ramsey Campbell, Britain's answer to Stephen King, and then some. And then some. And that's all I really needed to see before I just was like, yeah, okay, I'll buy it. I didn't even read what this was about. I didn't look up the rating. I was just like, okay. It's even got a blurb back here from Robert McCammon, a powerhouse of a writer. So there's stuff from Clive Barker, Peter Straub, like some heavy hitters have kind of given their name to the blurbs on the back of this book, and I am here for it. It says, Midsummer, a small boy runs away from his aunt's house back to the strange village of Stargrave, where strangeness awaits him in the churchyard. I read that wrong. I put strangeness in 2 different places. One of the places, it didn't belong. Winter, 20 years later, and Ben Sterling, that young boy, is grown up and is often autographing his new storybook. It sounds like a horror book about an author, which, yay, I love those, actually. Speaking of that Robert McCammon dude, I decided to go and pick up a hardcover copy of Mine by Robert McCammon. I'm wanting to get into more Robert McCammon, and especially his like 80s horror stuff. I believe this won a Bram Stoker Award, and that's all I really know about it. I believe it's something to do with a mother and kids and stuff like that. It's probably going to be an uncomfortable read, but just because something's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's not going to be good. And yeah, I'm here for it. If you've read this one, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. I've heard a lot of good things. And then I purchased some books. 2 of them are special editions. And these, well, I guess this isn't technically a special edition, but it is the traditional release of Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. And I had the hardcover indie that I actually ended up selling to purchase this one, mainly because I just like that typewriter so much. I don't know, there's something about that gold typewriter on this red kind of gate background, and these, are those flames? I don't know. And the red sprayed edges, I was just like, ooh, like that's pretty. I want that. And so I decided to do a copy swap and got the traditional release of M.L. Wong's Blood Over Brighthaven. And I NFN'd that one, and I realized that the prologue is completely different to the main body of the story, so I would like to come back and check that one. Like, the prologue wasn't bad. It was just darker than I was braced for, and yeah, I would like to come back and give that one another shot. So I bought that edition of it. And then I got Howard Andrew Jones' Shadow of the Smoking Mountain. This is book number 3 in Hanavar Chronicles. I don't know if this is going to be the final Hanavar book. I'm hoping not, but if you don't already know, unfortunately and quite tragically, Howard Andrew Jones has been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer and has decided to take the time that he has left to spend with his family, which he 100% should do. And I haven't quite read this yet because I don't want to say goodbye. If you follow me here on the channel, you know I don't like saying goodbye to series. And I was hoping for more, but at the same time, I'm happy with what I got. And I know this is going to be amazing. And my heart goes out to Howard and his family. So we do have this now in the collection, and it will be cherished for years and years to come. After that heavy kind of section, let's talk about, do I want to do special editions, or I'm going to save the special editions for last. Why not? If you've watched this far, why not? So let's do an indie sort of section. And basically, my buddy Chris the Bearded Book Beast did his own book haul where he was showcasing The Hunter. And this is by Kay Agard. And I believe my friend Kay from Kay's Hidden Shelf also talked about this one. And so I kind of hit up the author on Twitter. And I was just like, hey, do you mind if I purchase a book? She was like, I actually just launched my author store. So I am order number 0001 on her author store. I was the first person to use that platform to buy a book from her. And this is The Hunter, the result. And I dropped a really cool thing. And I dropped this really cool sort of sword bookmark that came with the order. Can I get you to focus in on how cool this is? It's like a bronze sort of sword. I really, really enjoyed this. That came with my order. But this is book 1 of the Hunter of Ferelden series. After 50 years, his revenge is complete and his purpose fulfilled. When a teenager steals the hunter's sword, his wolf companion Greer sees a way to help them both. So this sounds like we've got an older sort of protagonist and a younger sort of protagonist. So maybe we'll get some sort of mentor relationship. We've got an animal companion. I'm here for this. This is going to be fantastic. And then, despite the fact that I normally don't take review copies, Andrew Simpson reached out to me. And Andrew is located in New Zealand. And he was like, hey, I've written this sword and sorcery style book called The Thief of Legacy. Do you mind if I send it to you? And I'm like, from New Zealand? No, thank you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and purchase the physical copy from you. And that's exactly what I did. And it says, the blade of time spares no soul standing idle in its path. Kai Taro's battle-worn veteran of the Republic Guard retires with close friends to a peaceful village in a quiet corner of the Ring of the World. And it's blindingly dreadful. He has his reasons to stay, a ledger to clear, and promises to keep. But by the 5, the road is calling. And this is just, it sounds interesting. I like sword and sorcery coming off of the Hanavar Chronicles, and so I wanted to add this to my collection for when the mood called to me. It's just a very nice addition. And I will have links to a lot of these, or if not all of them, that I can find in the description box down below, especially the indie ones. So be on the lookout for that down there. Same with this one. I was chatting with Dennis M. Myers in John from Talking Stories Discord, and he is the author of Rise of the Automated Empire. And we were talking, we were like swapping music recommendations and all sorts of things that go with that. And he was just like, unfortunately, like, right now I don't have any copies to send you. And I was like, don't you worry about it. And I went out and I purchased book 1 of his completed series. I believe there's 4 in this one, 4 or 5. This is Rise of the Automated Empire with just gorgeous cover art. I think, is that J. Caleb design? It might be J. Caleb design. Cover art by J. Caleb design. Yeah, okay. I think we talked about that too, about how cool J. Caleb design is. This is Final Assembly. It says, Don Sheffield is an ordinary citizen of Luna. But when an aero accident becomes a viral meme, a series of events on the other side of Luna twist her fate and the fate of humanity. Dawn's place in the universe is altered beyond recognition and at a terrible price. This just sounds really, really cool, and I can't wait to read this one and then pick up the other books in this series. And then to close out this video, I am going to do 2 special editions that I have purchased. I picked up Richard Matheson's Hell House, and this is the Sunta Press Artist Gift Edition, and this is just absolutely stunning. I knew after I read Hell House on paperback, which I've since listed on my Pango books, that I wanted to get more Sunta Press, and just because the books are made to such a high standard, they feel amazing. They're going to last. I can't show that. The art in here. This is a horror book. I have read this, but the art is just so visceral and so intense, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection. It's fantastic. And it's definitely probably one of my favorite or haunted house horror stories that I have read or will ever read. This was just really, really good. And it comes in this great kind of slipcase, and it's going to be displayed right here on the bookshelf right behind me when I'm recording. So, yes, I got that. And then I had mentioned that I wanted to get a special edition of Horns. And there was a new release of a special edition from Levidian Press. It comes in this beautiful sort of slipcase. I still want to get... I'm reading Heart-Shaped Box this month. And if I love Heart-Shaped Box, I am probably going to get the Levidian Press out-of-print Heart-Shaped Box edition as well. But here is the Levidian Press edition of Horns. It's got these hubs on the spine. It's got this embossed and silvered, maybe hot stamped, I don't know what the term is, but Horns right there on the cover. And then there's the art. These gorgeous end sheets. It is, of course, triple signed and numbered. This says limited to 1,750 copies. I was actually able to get this at retail from Subterranean Press's website, despite the fact that it was no longer available on Levidian Press's website. But this has just got all sorts of extra goodies on it. It's got some amazing art. The book feels amazing in the hand. There's an interview in the back, and I don't know. I absolutely love the art of this edition. I really, really enjoyed Horns when I read it a couple months ago. And it's funny because at the time of recording, I'm currently watching a lot on eBay for the 20th Century Ghosts and Heart-Shaped Box, and it's like actually a really good deal. But it's still a lot of money, and I've had to force myself not to buy them just based off of how much I love this edition. I've had to force myself not to buy them because I haven't read Heart-Shaped Box yet, and I didn't love The Fireman, so not everything Joe Hill touches is gold. But yeah, I really love 20th Century Ghosts, but I've already got a special edition of 20th Century Ghosts right there from PS Publishing. Do I need a second one? Probably not. But that is the book haul for October. I have been rambling on now for about 30 minutes. I hope you are all doing well. Let me know in the comments down below what books you added to your home library, and I will talk to you guys later. Till next time, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons. Thank you for supporting my passion and my hobby. It means the world to me.